Please, first we are going to welcome Mr. Abu Jawda and his team. He's coming from the Jumhuriya newspaper. They are going to speak about data science, machine learning, and many other topics. So welcome to Mr. Abu Jawda and with all his team.
Good afternoon. It's such a real pleasure to be in AUST and share with you a nice presentation our team have done about data science. At first, I would like to thank AUST, Dr. Saeed Rahal and Mr. Eli Nasser for this great opportunity. The purpose of this presentation is to share with you some magical technologies and knowledge throughout our experience in building an amazing AI engine, which we call SMART. But the most important reason is to give you the proper ambition to pursue a successful career in the future of programming and data science. A small introduction about myself and the team. My name is Joseph Abu Jawda, and I'm the CEO of Smarty. Smarty is a 2-year concept, proof of concept, and 2 years and still in development. Smarty is an amazing smart engine built completely on artificial intelligence and big data. The goal is to build on top of this powerful and smart engine products. Smarty is only a code name, and hopefully in the coming month we will share with you details about this amazing products in the press. The 20 minutes presentation is only a basic introduction about data science and advanced programming techniques, and after it we'll be receiving your questions. And then a chance for hiring. Yes, we will be giving every student the opportunity to be part of our talented team and working together on these amazing technologies that you'll be seeing throughout this presentation. As such, please help me in welcoming Smart Technical Manager, Mr. Faris Ghaib.
Hi. So, basically, I'm gonna highlight on the main business problems nowadays and challenges. So, for the past years, all companies and businesses was trying to implement ERPs and business applications just to manage and control the internal workflows. But nowadays, everything has been changed. Only companies that can collect data, analyze data, and transform all this information to knowledge will survive. Only these companies will grow. Okay? So I would like to highlight on the importance and enlighten you and to help you focus on our major importance. Okay? The computer science and data science importance nowadays. Now the future has begun. Okay? So basically the challenges of today could be start by the solution of these problems nowadays, and challenges could be started by these 4 or 5 topics, the trendy topics of technologies. Okay, so first we have the semantic web. The semantic web, I'm going to go briefly about all these as an introduction to the detailed technologies to be presented by my colleague. So the semantic web is how to create a framework or a framework of data to be shared between different applications, okay, and to be reused and partitioned through different systems. We have nowadays the image processing challenges. Now, with the social media especially, the images are now as an important content to follow and to focus on. Images by, you have the face recognition, we have the matching of objects, similarities, and so on. So by images is something, and nowadays, especially let's say for the biomedical environment, all these are built on image processing. Okay? The third big challenge is how to store this data, how to collect all this information, how to process all this information. Now we have to talk about big data. Okay? So we have diversity of information, we have diversity of type of information, of data formats. So all these are not even supported by traditional databases, as we all know. Now we have to think and talk about big data. And the most important of this is how to transform this data and information, as I said before, to knowledge data, to valuable data. Okay? So basically here we can start by talking about advanced and complex architectures. We start talking about data mining, about specific algorithms and tools. All these should be discussed case by case. Okay? But in general, we have to start thinking about big data. No more ERPs, no more basic applications. All of us, I'm sure that all of you, or most of you, have been working on stock inventory or accounting a smart application like to manage. These are no more our focus for, I'm talking about the big market. All economists now are focusing, and businesses are focusing on investing on big data and these 5 top trends. Okay? In order, after collecting all this information, in order to make our system learn and to make predictions, okay, and to make the system, to make our systems make the progress and for evolution, we have to speak about machine learning. So machine learning will make the process over these data, big data, all the information, to make our system make this progress and to make and to learn from the existing data to make predictions for the future. And finally, we have the artificial intelligence, AI. We all know about AI. We all know about the theory about AI and algorithms, but no one knows how to implement it in the real life. Okay, so the AI is something. It's a new life. It's the key feature and success of the companies nowadays. Okay, so now I'm going to leave the stage for Ms. Jennifer, just to introduce the more technical tools to be implemented in such environments. Okay, Jennifer.
Hello, I was a student as you are. My name is Jennifer Samaan, and I'm working in this company. I used to know normal technology that our university used to give us or the companies around me. Now, I'm living in a whole different world. I'm learning new technologies like image processing, geolocation, and many others. Maybe you're not familiar with the word I'm saying, so I'm gonna introduce you to the future. First of all, I'm gonna tell you a story about a project in NASA called Orion Project. Orion Project aims to take people from Earth to Mars. A person in the crew of the Orion Project once saved a year of working and $2 million. How did he do that? Well, by using a technology that we have in hand, Neo4j, a graph database. What is a graph database? Well, it's not like the SQL database that you basically know, the relation database like MySQL and SQL, Microsoft SQL. It is a NoSQL. It's based on relations as you see, but it's based mostly on nodes and edges for relation. Let's take as example Facebook. Do you know on Facebook people you may know, that's it, that's right. The people you may know section? Yes. Basically, this section is based on Neo4j on graph database. For example, Amanda, I am friend with Anna. Anna is friend with Amanda. So, in the section of people you may know, they will show me Amanda because maybe I would know her from Anna. It's so simple. As we are talking about databases, there is another way to store data. Who doesn't know Twitter? Well, I guess all of you know Twitter. Well, do you know which type of database does Twitter use for the most important server's home timeline, the page that you log in?
It's NoSQL.
It's an NoSQL, that's right. But basically, it's called an in-memory database. And in the case of Twitter, we use Redis. So, Redis is basically, you dedicate a server for the database called database server, and the client application stored his data in the database server. Let's go into more details. For example, in Twitter, each tweet is indexed by an ID. So, when you tweet, your tweet is queued in Redis with the other tweet, so it will be later fastly retrieved so you can see your home timeline. So all the tweets that are on in your home timeline are a chain of tweets that are stored in Redis. And there is many more examples. I won't go into it. But basically, there is many, like Snapchat, you know Snapchat, uses Redis. Okay. Nowadays, we are facing problems due to the huge amount of data. The SQL, that before someone told me about, cannot store this huge amount. For this reason, for example, if you want to search for a word in SQL with a huge amount of data, it's going to take time and minutes and seconds, sometimes hours to catch it. So here comes a specific document storage and text indexing to the rescue. When Facebook started, they were facing a problem caused by the unstructured data and the unfavorable way of storing indices. So in 2015, these problems were solved, and dozens of applications were added and many other facilities. Well, how did they solve it? Thanks to Elasticsearch. You will be amazed to see how many companies are using Elasticsearch and how many companies are saved by it. Well, the logic behind this technology is that it uses a cluster. A cluster is like a bag. And this bag contains many servers that we call nodes. So when the data comes, it will be distributed into these servers, okay? And a copy of each data is stored in another server. So for example, if one data shuts down, the other, if one server shuts down, the other server will recover it. And moreover, Elasticsearch is used for fast search. As I told you before, the problem of SQL for being so slow in catching data, Elasticsearch solve it in 1 second. Who uses Uber? Can you raise your hand, please?
Who does it?
Who uses Uber? Well, around 10 people around here use this Uber. Well, do you know that this multinational taxi company collect every day thousands and thousands with terabytes of event data from their users? And just imagine the amount of processing that it needs. Well, to solve this problem, they use a Spark, which, first of all, it distributes the data processing into other servers, and it makes it really fast to process. Basically, Spark is used for analytics. Spark, that's it. It's used for analytics, for machine learning, and geolocation that I will explain later on. I guess most of you know how to speak English, French. No, I'm kidding. I meant C++, PHP, C, Java, Python. Oh, Python, that's good. Well, I'm going to start with Java. Well, do you know that 95% of enterprise desktop uses Java? 3 billion devices run Java. Yes, it pays to be a Java developer. More than 9 million Java developers are worldwide, basically. And what about Python? Well, do you know that the...
Server side.
What?
It's more server side Python.
It's more server side, and basically it's used for artificial intelligence and are found in the main core analysis, core search algorithms in Google. And according to IEEE in 2016, Java was the second most used language, and Python the third, directly after Java. And here comes web development. I guess all of you know web development, basically from the smallest side to the biggest side, like web application. Okay, no examples. Okay, no problem. Well, there's many kind of web developers, front end, back end. I'm not gonna talk about it, you know. And I guess
It's a trend. The front end is a trend needed.
so it is needed. It's everywhere in the workplace. Everything has a site, a website. I guess all of you have your phones. Well, do you know that now Google knows where we are? Of course. As they say, they are using it to collect data, to do analytics, or to know if there is a lot of traffic or any of these kinds. Basically, geolocation is important because it helps us make our analytics, for data analysis, and sometimes for prediction. And VR, well, virtual reality. The concept of virtual reality is transporting people from the reality to the non-real world. Well, basically, now it's a trend starting with Google Cardboard and the Samsung S7, Oculus. Well, basically, the concept of virtual reality is not new. The word virtual reality was used in the 90s, so think how old it is. Anyway, finally, listen. I'm going to stop giving examples from the other companies around the world. I'm going to talk about something that our company did. As you see, you have two images. This one is contained in this. Can someone know where this is found in this picture?
The middle.
The middle? This here?
The left.
Left here?
Yes.
Okay. Who say in the middle? Who say here?
It's on the left. It's on the left.
That is 3. 1, 2, 3. Who say, okay, who say this one? Who say this one?
ما في نكتب بين اللفت.
This. On the left. On the left? Okay, just a second.
Most visible one.
Okay, I'm gonna explain. This picture exists in this one, but is rotated. And as some of you said, it is this one.
The left.
By using image processing, we can find in our company the where does a picture is contained on another, or if two pictures are similar. You can use, for example, key points to know each point which part it is similar in the other image. Well, thank you for listening, basically. I'm gonna give the floor to my colleague Jean-Marc, who's gonna talk about data science. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I present myself. I am Jean-Marc Ezzi, currently working at Smarty. I'm data science team leader. We'll start, first of all, when we say data science, we start searching on Google and checking data science. They analyze data and they do all the data mining stuff. Then we check data analyst and we think that it's the same. He's analyzing data. Then we check data engineer and we're confused. So let's see the difference. We have data scientists, data engineers, and data analysts. 3 different people. What do each one of them do? The data analyst. The data analyst does analyze data, but just scratch the surface. He has the least knowledge in programming languages, but he is also curious about data. He wants to know what he can find in this data. Small statistics using Excel, Microsoft Power BI, and IBM SPSS. They are hired by companies like IBM, HP, and DHL. Now, what's the difference between a data analyst and a data engineer? Well, data engineers are more into implementing big data architectures. Ever heard of Hadoop, Spark, like Jennifer just said? All of these technologies are implemented by data engineers. They are mainly software engineers who are very curious about data and big data. Mindset, all purpose, every man. They just want to do everything. They just want to be in every single component in the architecture. Now they have to know a lot of programming languages and mainly ETL tools, which is extract, transform, and load. Everything given from data analysts. Now, to have a complete team, you have to finally analyze this data using some algorithms, some machine learning. This is where data scientists come. A data scientist as rare as unicorns, as you may say. But why? These people are very curious about data. They just analyze everything. They have a lot of data to analyze, a lot of problems, of open problems. You just can't find the solution on Stack Overflow, for example. There's enterprise-specific problems that data scientists should be able to solve using their skills and experience. They usually use Apache Spark, machine learning, and mostly the Python programming languages. They may use also R, and you can see here the list of languages used mostly by data scientists. They are hired by the top companies in the world, Google, Microsoft, Adobe, and many others. And Smarty. Now, a data scientist is someone who is better at statistics than any software engineer, and better at software engineering than any statistician. That's why he is englobing many skills in just one person, and that's why they say he's a unicorn. Now, the best source of new data science talent, the most of it, are computer science students, and not professionals with PhD. 34% of data scientists are students, whereas 27% are professionals in disciplines other than computer science. 24% are students studying other fields, 12% are today's professionals, and 2% are the others. Can we forward? We can, because this percentage doesn't add up to 100, and no one noticed. I just said exact details. We have to analyze everything. This should be 3%, not 2. We'll keep going. Now, for a data scientist, this Venn diagram to see all the skills needed by a data scientist to be the perfect data scientist. And we can see that a data scientist, actually a unicorn, the perfect one. Mainly, we are more in the programming side. Programming with statistics, if we love math, of course, and the IT guy, if we're into business. But englobing everything from communication skills, to statistics, to programming, to business, to hacking mind spirit. It's not about penetration testing or security, it's about finding new ways of solving your problems, finding creative ways. As we can see, between 2011 and 2012, there was a 15,000% increase in job posting for data scientists. By 2020, we will have 190,000 job positions for data scientists that can be filled in the US. We can see the average salary for a data scientist. It goes from 64K per year to around 130K per year. It's way above any other software engineer. Now, we can see 8 high-paying careers. Second and third are data engineers and data scientists. The first are wireless network engineers because of the IoT booming thing also. But big data engineers and data scientists are really improving because data is always increasing and we need someone to analyze it. And it will always increase and we will always need data scientists. It will never stop. Now let's see some companies. What can they do with their data science team? We'll start with Data Miner is a company who analyzes tweets, mainly, to find some breaking news, some patterns. They can analyze 500 million tweets per day, which is around 6,000 tweets per second. What do they analyze? All of Twitter public tweets go straight to Data Miner. They have like an enterprise to enterprise API just to get all the public tweets. Each tweet will be analyzed, classified as breaking news or not. It will be in finance, in which category it will be. It will mainly in finance, maybe in public security. We will know which person will be there. For example, Data Miner was able to know that Osama bin Laden was dead 23 minutes before other news. From what? From tweets and analyzing them. It could also know that in Munich, when there was an attack, it directly gave a notification to all the clients, which are enterprises mainly, that an attack is being made on a Munich mall before any newspaper. We can see now the importance of data analysis. Another big company is IBM. IBM made their famous IBM Watson, the deep question answering system. IBM Watson was made in 2011 and was able to process 500 gigabytes per second of data. How did they do it? Well, people told IBM that big data is everything that couldn't fit in RAM. So they made 16 terabytes of RAM. And they fit everything into it. So they can analyze it even faster. The hardware used is worth about $3 million. Now, what did it win? In the Jeopardy show, as a question answering show, it did win against the top 2 champions in the world. It won $1 million in one show. And IBM gave everything to charity because it was just a challenge that we can do it. They did and gave all the money to charity. Now, you have a brief description or a brief view of what is data science, what's the difference between data scientist and data engineer and data analyst. And for everyone here, we are hiring. Now I will let my colleague Ibrahim tell you his story about how he became one of our teammates.
Wait, did anybody know Ibrahim?
Yeah.
He's a UST graduate. You see it?
So
you want like him.
بنكون انه من 4 سنين
كنت مطرحكم قاعد على هيدي الكرسي عم بعمل اكزام بهيدا الصف، كان كورس سكيورتي. من بعدها رحت على باريس درست ماستر، وانا وعم بدرس هونيك تعرفت على سمارتي. حبيت الايديا ورا البيهايند اوبن بروجكت، الفكره كثير حلوه. استغربت انه هذا الشيء عم بينعمل بلبنان، وفت معهم للتيم ورجعت على لبنان. وهلا انتم اذا حيلا واحد منكم حس انه اتراكتد لهيدا السبجكت، لهالفكره، لهالتكنولوجيز كثير جداد، وحابب انه يكمل معنا، يتعرف اكثر على هالتكنولوجيز، يفوت اكثر بالموضوع، خبرونا. نحن ريدي وي ار هايرينج يعني، وريدي لحيلا استفسارات. اوكي؟ ثانك يو.
That's it? Any questions?
Yeah.
Ask whatever you want.
Question.
Got interest?
Rudy?
Let's say I have a project related to data mining. Is it legal to use information or database that
Please wait, guys.
are collected by customers to do the job?
It depends on your deal with your customers, but mainly in data mining projects, you can collect any public tree. Everything that is public, it is legal to use it for your own purpose, and not for business purpose mainly. But for your own project, for university project, you can just use it. But for customers, if you are dealing with customers, you have to ask them. It's something related between you and them.
So I can sell this program.
You can sell, if you want, the engine that is analyzing data, but
Yes.
not with the data of your customers. Unless they are aware and they do have no problem with it.
Guys, I just want to say that Rudy is our Java team lead. So he can answer any concerns about Java and Elastic. And Bob is our PHP team lead. So he was shy to say, not to say about it. So any questions for PHP, please refer it to Bob. Please.
Do you have any products or it's still a concept?
Yes, we mainly have a product now which we are building on top of this engine. Our engine is completely AI and big data through social media and other sources.
So who the customer, the main target customer?
We are now B2B, and hopefully in the coming years we'll be introducing B2C.
In Lebanon?
No, mainly in the Middle East and Europe.
B2B, business to business.
Business to business. I wish you be motivated because data science is the future of programming, and it's.
What are you expecting from us to find data scientists or data engineers? You may expect us to be data scientists or data.
No. Basically, when we say hiring, we know that you don't know these. Okay? We just want to know who is talented, who wants to join talented people. Okay? So every one of these guys you see now, they started from scratch, from zero. They liked the idea, which this idea became to reality. Okay? So we dream. We have a dream, and this dream is becoming a real thing that we will be seeing soon in the press. So everyone is interested in any concept that they saw in the presentation. You could not just get hired. You can come and learn.
So you recruit as interns, right?
You may be as
You can-
employee and to learn with us. It's not you. We are not waiting for experienced people.
Okay.
We are waiting
Yes.
for motivated ones.
Exactly.
If
So
you have internship
yes,
vacancies
we can help you.
during summertime,
Okay.
let's say.
So the problem is in Lebanon. We have a problem in Lebanon, and it's a real problem. We have good education. We have good universities. But we don't have good job opportunities. We don't have good products that we can build in a serious experience and expertise like similar companies in USA and Europe. What we want to do is motivate you. You are the future. You are the future of this country, and you are the future, and you will be the future of these people. Lebanese people are one of the most talented people in programming and data science. And there's many, many people who are Lebanese and working in international and huge companies who are seniors and managers in these things. We are needed. International companies want Lebanese. And yesterday, UK Hub has just donated $3.2 million for startups and for research and development. So, guys, this is the future. You are having a good education. Now educate yourself. Go through the internet. Check these. Make more research. And come to us, we will help you.